Welcome in, my darlings, to the Black Ball. I have been awaiting your appearance. Welcome in and cheers. I'm so happy to be with you all tonight on this sacred evening. So I'm not wearing my mask tonight only because I want you to be able to see me and I want to be able to see you, and it's a little hard. But where you are, I hope that you are enjoying your mask. I have been wearing my mask this week out and about. I hope you've been enjoying yours too. I have a little face jewels on tonight and a little extra glam for you. How are you this evening? It's so wonderful to see you. Thank you for joining me on this really, this is supposed to be off. Let me show you a little bit. This really sacred Samhain evening. Welcome. I'm so happy to see you. And if you are in the Southern Hemisphere, I want to wish you a very blessed Beltane. You know, those who are below the equator are celebrating a completely different holiday from us in the North in its own way, but there's a very similar vibration and energy. And I want to take a minute to explain this to you. Well, thank you for acknowledging my dress. I was very excited about my dress tonight. So I want to take a minute to explain to you what these incredibly important holidays represent. Yeah, it is hard to wear glasses with your mask. I will agree with you. But you know what? Sometimes maybe you can take your glasses off and just be with your vision how it is. Maybe tonight your human vision can kind of like shut down and your spirit vision can become stronger tonight. Can you see me okay? That's good. It's so good to see you. Welcome to the Black Ball. I hope you received your invitation. I hope you know you were cordially invited. Tonight's ceremony is going to be very magical. And also for me, it's a very emotional celebration. You know what's funny is I'm going to read for you tonight from this book that I wrote years before right now. And I love this book. I think this is a fantastic book. In looking at it today, it's when I go back and read my chapter on Samhain, on tonight, on the period of All Saints and All Souls Day and the Days of the Dead, I'm such a different person from even who I was 3 or 4 years ago, and you probably are too. But I still think what I wrote is very accurate. I'll be candid with you. I'm coming to you tonight from a much deeper place. I lost my mom 2 months ago. Yeah, this weekend was 2 months. And so I now have this really powerful ancestor on the other side. And so when I read to you tonight, when I do ceremony with you tonight, when I speak to you tonight, I'm really coming to you from a place of a much deeper understanding of what it means for us to work across the veil with spirits that we've loved in human form who are now not with us in physical form. How many of you have tonight who are alive? And by the way, I'm so glad you're here. I think tonight's going to be such a magical ceremony. How many of you who are alive have lost someone in your immediate family this year? Mother, father, children, let's include grandparents. How many of you have lost an immediate family member this year, in the last 12 months? So between November 1st of 2020 and tonight, how many of you? I'm just curious. It's quite a few of you who've lost immediate family members in the last 12 months. And let's also include, look at the feed, by the way. I'm not alone. And I have to tell you, there is some comfort for me in knowing that some of you know right where I am tonight. And while I can put on a beautiful dress and enjoy the occasion, there's also, tonight is so much deeper for me than it's ever been for you. Look at the feed. I'm taking a moment just to honor you, all of you who have lost someone that close to you in the last calendar year. I say that because the intensity of the loss lasts for a year and a day. Most of you know that. It is 366 days before the intensity shifts. right? It does not get easier. It does not really get different. But for those first 366 human days, we go through a really important period of grief. And it's important to experience that. It's important to honor it. It's important to show up for it, right? And I'm just looking at the feet in all of you, and I just want to tell you, I see you tonight. I am truly coming to you as your sister tonight to tell you I am just right there with you. And all of you who have lost this year. Now, after the 366 days, I don't think it gets much easier. That's what I know from my own experience and from those of you who have taught me, right? That after the 366 days, it's not like, oh, poof, it's over, but the energy shifts a little bit, and it's just so much closer to you, the first Samhain, right? And for some, it can take longer, as Michelle Feuerstein is sharing too. So I just want to tell you, wherever you are with loss and with grief and with ancestral work tonight, I just see you, I honor you, I'm with you. I understand more now than I probably ever have before, and I'm just really sitting with you tonight. So I want you to take a really deep breath right here. Right, just a nice deep cleansing breath, especially if you are in the earlier stages of the process, because it's different. It's different. Grief is an important teacher. I was talking to a friend of mine today, right, who has lost a partner, and that's profound, right, to lose your partner in this life. And one of the things we were talking about is, you know, how that loss starts to settle into your body, right? How your body has to start to process all of that. If you've never experienced loss before, you still have ancestors, right? So you still have aunts and uncles and grandparents, and maybe loss has not reached you. And the only reason we're talking so much about loss tonight is we're talking about the spirit veil. So on these 2 days, October 31st and November 1st, is anybody brand new to the idea of Samhain or the Days of the Dead or All Saints Day, All Souls Day from the Catholic tradition? Anybody brand new to that? I'm just curious. Because everybody learns about it at some point, right? So everybody's new to it at some point. If you're new to these days, whether you're Catholic or you're pagan or you're somewhere in between, if you're brand new, I just want to say hi and tell you there's a different meaning to tonight other than what I'm talking about, okay? And look how many people are new to this holiday. I'm so glad that you're here, because this is one edge of the what we call the wheel of the year in the high holidays and the ceremonies that we celebrate. Okay, so October 31st and November 1st is what we call Samhain, Samhain. And in Gaelic, Samhain means end of summer. It doesn't mean, you know, celebrating the loss of a loved one. It doesn't mean crossing the veil. It literally means, hey, everybody, summer's over. Guess what? In case you didn't look out your window and see all the leaves falling, summer's all gone. Tonight is also the last harvest. It's the last harvest. So August 1st is the first harvest. That's called Lammas, okay, with 2 M's, Lammas. That's the first harvest, and that's the very early harvest. The September 21st harvest, called Maidbon, is the one we all celebrate, when we really get the fruits and the vegetables and everything off the vines. Tonight is a celebration of what's called Sow-wen, which just means summer's end, and this is the final harvest. Do any of you grow? I grow figs and pomegranates and late summer fruits. And what happens to those fruits is that some of the fruit stays on the vine too long. I just did it today. So I go through and I pick the figs that didn't make it, the pomegranates that didn't make it, the grapes that didn't make it. I pull all of that off the vine so that the plant can rest. And so Samhain has been something that our ancestors have celebrated in one form or another for thousands of years. You got to get the rest of that fruit off the vine. And here's what I'm going to tell you. The same thing happens to your spirit. And let me explain what this means, okay? How many of you really wanted something to happen this year, but it didn't happen, right? A dream or a vision or a goal. and you're still kind of holding it somewhere. Maybe you're holding it in your mind, or maybe you're holding it in your third eye, or you're holding it in your heart. In order to grow in the year ahead, 2022, you got to take some of those old fruits that didn't quite make it. You got to take them off the vine tonight. Okay? Yeah, like Team SG is saying, our orange tree is full, or oranges that are about to be picked, right? So some crops are still coming. Those are late winter fruits. But if you look at your trees, like I have some little figs, they're not going to be good figs. You know what I mean? They're not going to make it. I've got some little tiny pomegranates. They're not going to make it. They're still trying, but it's like that tree, it's cold now. They don't have the fertilizer. They're not getting the water, right? So, how many of you have some dried fruit to pull off your tree tonight? Things that you thought were going to happen, hoped were going to happen, wished with all your might, but it's not going to happen this year. If you want to liberate yourself, what you want to do is say, that didn't happen, and I'm going to take it off my tree. Then there's going to be space in tonight's ceremony for you to do that. Okay, for you to say, it's not happening, right? So Christy's saying there's no more fruit in Washington, but I'm kind of talking about soul fruit, Christy. Do you know what I mean? Like some of us, yes, we've taken all the fruit off the trees, right? But in our soul, we're still trying to grow something in November that we have to be real now. It ain't gonna grow in 2021. You know what I mean? Like we gotta look and say, I'm gonna try that for 2022, but I gotta give this tree a break. So tonight I want you to, does this make sense to you? Let me know if not, right? Because I wanna make sure I'm being clear. I want you to give yourself a break tonight. I really want you to hear my words. Everything that was going to grow this year has already grown. And rather than continuing to put energy toward those harvests, I want you to pull them off the tree and rest. And then I want you to, at the same time tonight, and we're going to do both tonight. Tonight we're going to pull all the dead fruit off, and then we're going to plant a seed tonight. You can plant as many seeds as you want, because the crops that are coming for you in 2022, you can start to seed them, right? We're going to go into frost in some areas and heavy cover, and it's going to be harder to grow right now. But the intention needs to be there. But we do have to acknowledge what didn't make it in 2021. I'll be honest with you, this may be the hardest part of tonight's ceremony for me, so bear with me. Okay, I lead these ceremonies for you, and I love doing it, and I've been doing it for 10 years, and I get excited. I'm like a little kid. I couldn't wait to see you tonight and got all dressed up. But it is really hard for me to acknowledge that I can't take my mom into next year. And I can't take her. She didn't come. I can't take her. And some of you have things you can't take with you into this new year. And I know that. And I just want to say that to you, kind of heart to heart. And it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. But it's good to acknowledge it. It's okay to laugh through your tears. They can't all come with us. One day, my children will acknowledge that I can't come with them. They will have a new year that I can't join them for, right? It's part of this human experience. And I come to you tonight with something of a turning the tide, okay? I'm talking to you so candidly tonight from my heart, to all 1,500 of you who are here, because I really want you to hear me. On a couple of things, okay? First of all, tonight is a night to release them and to get clear about what is coming with you into the new year. Tonight is my night. Tonight is my night to decide, yeah, I'm gonna stay here. Because I got shit to do. So I'm gonna stay here with the living people, and I can't just stay there with her, right? I got shit to do, right? I'm really being open with you and just so candid with you tonight, okay? So that's the first thing. And I love you too. And I know you've been through tough shit, and I know you've lost people. So I want you to really tap into that inner, deeper wisdom that you have right now. They can't come with us, but a lot of people are coming with us, and they need our help. And this planet is at a weird place, and we are here for a reason. You're here for a reason. I'm here for a reason. It's time to buckle up and get to work. And that has been the message on my shoulders for such a long time. Such a long time. We have work to do. We need to support each other. We need to find a way to heal this planet. We need to come together. We need to stop stressing about stuff that does not matter at all. At all. It doesn't matter at all. You need to let things go, and you need to start focusing on what matters, and the people who are here with you, and the relationships that matter with you, and the things that bring you joy, and the most important thing, and this is what I really want to impress upon you, and this is what I want you to focus on tonight. We have a new moon this week. How often do we get Samhain and a new moon? To set your intentions. With the time you've got, what are you going to do? There will be a time when your ancestors will mourn you, just like we're mourning the loved ones we have tonight. What are you going to do with the time you've got left? I hope you're going to focus on healing. I hope you're going to focus on enjoying this weird thing that we get to do together. I hope you're going to focus on laughter. I hope you're going to focus on being happy. I hope you're going to focus on your legacy. Lily's getting married on Friday, for goodness sake. I hope you're going to write that book you said you were going to write and you never did. I hope you're going to go spend time with your family. I hope you're going to start that business you said you were going to start and you never did. I hope you're going to give people an extra hug and find a deeper way to love. I hope you're going to, talk to that person you haven't talked to in 10 years. It's Carla's anniversary today, right? Neela said, I'm going to make my corner of the world a better place to be. I hope you're going to focus on you. I hope you're going to take care of you. I hope you're going to love yourself so much that you treat yourself like you are the most important person on this planet, because I think you are. And I think you're here for a reason. If I've learned anything this year, it's that when it's your time, you will go. When it's not your time, you're here to do some shit. And you better do it in a cute dress with all your might, like it's the most important thing you're going to do, because I really think it is. And this is the yin and the yang of life. I am so sad to have lost my mom. And I am so glad that I get to stay here and show up and be silly and trick or treat and laugh and do Samhain ceremony with you and light candles and smell pretty things and wear pretty things, and like, aren't we excited to be here for this part of the journey? I think a lot of us haven't been excited in the last 2 years because it's been weird and kind of shitty. But why don't we just decide tonight, because it's the new year? Remember, this is the Celtic New Year. Last year ends October 31. November 1st is the new year. Why don't we decide it's New Year? Let's have a New Year's party and let's do this thing in a new way. Let's show up with a new spirit, a new joy for life. Let's show up with a new purpose and passion, and let's get to work so that we leave this important impression on the generations that are behind us. You know what? They struggled, but they kept showing up. They said yes. They said they're going to do this. They got inspired when they lost people, and they worked even harder to make this world a better place, right? Are you feeling ready to do this with me? It's really hard. And yet, if I could bring my mom into this room right now and sit her right here, you know what she would tell you? Get to work. You got shit to do. You shouldn't be sitting there crying. You should be you should be cooking and laughing and drinking a glass of wine and playing and telling jokes and having a good time, and you should be doing that because you're here. Honestly, sometimes I don't know if I'm the sanest person on the planet or the craziest person on the planet. Honestly, sometimes I feel like it could go either way, and I don't know. And maybe you're the sanest person on the planet or the craziest person on the planet, and who cares, right? Like, sometimes it feels like both. Let's do this thing. You want to? I'm going to read to you a little bit. I'm going to go straight up professor on you now. This is my own book. It's not really a plug for my book. A lot of you have the book. This is my third book that I wrote couple of years ago called Book of Blessings and Rituals. But anyway, there's a whole section on October, and I would like to read it to you for a second, and then we will get to our ceremony. I want to keep it real with you tonight. It's the both and. I am both sad and really happy to be here with you. I am both grieving and fired up like never before to be human and do this thing. I am both afraid for the future of our planet and optimistic that we're going to figure this shit out. I am both and, right? And you can be both and too. And I'm going to read to you right this minute. During October, the veil between the realms of the living and the dead grows very thin. It's the best time to contact the spirit world. October 31st is known as Halloween, but Halloween has its roots in Celtic traditions, right? It was celebrated in ancient times as a holiday called Samhain, which means summer's end. And on Samhain, the ghosts of the ancestors could be easily contacted for divination, etc. Now, here's what I want to read you about Samhain. And tonight is, so Samhain is October 31, that was last night. Tonight is called All Saints' Day, which is a day that honors, especially in the Catholic tradition, all the saints who have lived and died. And then tomorrow is All Souls' Day. And All Souls' Day is a day, again, in the Catholic Church, kind of co-opted from the pagan tradition, where we pray for the souls of the departed as they've crossed over. And that's because the veil is thin. Now, in the Southern Hemisphere, they're celebrating Beltane. This is also a portal between the worlds of the living and the dead. We are celebrating, with Samhain, the portal of the dead, right? This is when we honor the ancestors who've gone before us. In the Southern Hemisphere, they're honoring the portal of life. Beltane is about sex and conception. Beltane is about death, right, and transformation. So they're kind of like two sides of the same coin, if you will, okay? So I want to read this to you. This is my blessing and invocation for Samhain. I'm on page 111 if you guys have the book and you're reading along. And if you're not, just enjoy. It says, Samhain is a great parting of the veil between the living and the dead. Use this blessing to open the portal for greater access to your ancestors and spirit guides. Yeah, so Luna Faye, you can continue the work we're doing tonight all the way through tomorrow at midnight. That's really when this whole cycle is completed. So close your eyes and just listen for a moment. You ready? Tonight we remember those who lived and died before us, those who have crossed the veil, those who are no longer with us. We remember you. I call first to the north, where the earth is silent and dark, and spirits of the earth, we welcome you, knowing it is to you that we shall one day return. I call to the east, land of new beginnings, to the place where breath begins, spirits of air, knowing you carry our life force. I call to the south, source of light that guides us through the cycles of life, and spirits of fire, we welcome you, knowing you have the capacity to create and rebirth. And I call to the west, a place of underground rivers, where the sea is a never-ending rolling tide, and spirits of water, we welcome you, knowing you will carry us gracefully across the ebb and flow of life. The wheel of the year turns once more, and we cycle into darkness, and at the end of that darkness comes light. And when it arrives, we will celebrate once more. Amen, aho, and so it is. Amen, aho, and so it is. 111, y'all. Amen, aho, and so it is. All right. Thank you for being here tonight. It feels really special to have you. It really does. I'm thankful that you said yes to coming to this planet at the same time I did. Somehow our souls, even if I don't know you super personally, somehow our souls said yes to the same expression of life, like the same timeline. And I think that's a really magical thing. And I'm glad that that happened the way it did. So we'll celebrate when the light comes back. Now it's dark. It's usually not dark when I do our ceremonies. Shadow season has begun. Okay, so these are the tools for tonight. And I want to start burning some stuff because that makes me feel better. When I burn things, you know, it's very therapeutic to burn things. You can't really tell your therapist that because it sounds real weird, but I tell my therapist that, but my therapist is different. My therapist is a healer too, so she's like, burn it, baby. You just burn it. And if you're a water sign, this may not be as exciting for you. That's all right. Looks like it's sizzling, doesn't it? She's hissing and spitting at me. You good? I always talk to my charcoal and say, you good, baby? Yeah, she's good. She's cooking. Okay, so I'm just going to burn a little incense on here. This is a blend of lots of different herbs and some white sage and Palo Santo in here. I'm going to offer some of that to you. In case you don't have anything to burn, this will be good enough for you to cleanse and clear your space. Just take a nice deep breath there. Oh, I think everybody should have a therapist. I love mine. I look forward to my chats. My rule is get as much help as you can. It's hard being human. See, Tanya B likes fire, and she's a water girl, right? Oh yeah. I was burning some, that's the soul shift incense from last month, which I love. It has lots of different visioning and expressive herbs in it, and then it's got some white sage and some Palo Santo. And then we're going to light our candle. For tonight, and your candle for tonight's tools was made with the same oils as your perfume, by the way, which is a blend. This magic blend right here, if you have it. This is yellow rose, pure yellow rose, by the way, which is kind of hard to find. My mom's favorite rose, which represents strength and connection. This has vetiver in it for grounding. This has ylang ylang, which is an aphrodisiac, oak moss to keep you grounded and release fear. And then wormwood, which is a form of Artemisia, which is named after Artemis, who's the Greek goddess of the moon. And Artemisia is a softener of the central nervous system, helps you relax, connect to your spirit guides. So a little bit on your wrist. Take a little bit to your third eye for what you know, at your wrist for what you do, down to your ankles for where you go, and any place else you want to put it. I'll leave that up to you. Isn't that wonderful? You can find spiritual therapists. You know, you kind of have to poke around a little bit. It took me a minute to find mine. Do you think we could ever make wax melts? It's a really good idea. I don't think we've ever tried. Alexis and I can work our hocus pocus a little bit to see if we can work on that. I like wax melts. I don't use them very often, but I think they're really pretty. I do. So that's all of the tools that we're working with tonight. Now the other thing that we're working with tonight is this. We're going to do something called spirit weaving. Okay, let me show this to you real quick. So this is what you got in your tools. You have 13 beads of smoky quartz that we are going to wrap tonight in what I'm calling a spirit weave. We made up this concept. We've all been really excited about it at SG for quite a long time. In your kit, you got a piece of sari ribbon to wrap around your beads tonight. Okay, you're basically going to make art out of this, and then it's meant to be hung in your room. This represents, remember how I was telling you grief is a year and a day? This is your year and a month mala. Okay, so you're gonna release any energy, or you're going to channel wisdom from your ancestors. November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, all the way through November of next year. And then this bead represents, this last bead represents the beginning of the next cycle for you. This bead represents December of 2022. Okay, so whatever you are honoring, whatever you are manifesting, whatever you are releasing tonight, this is going to represent the work of November, December, January, February, March, all the way through next year. Okay, if you don't have this, what I would recommend that you do, go in your closet, I'm totally serious, grab a stretch bracelet out of your collection, if you have one, like a beaded bracelet, and bring that over and bring yourself a piece of ribbon to wrap around it. If you have a beaded necklace, go grab that, and again, a piece of ribbon to wrap around it. It doesn't have to be 13. That's kind of my magic number for Samhain, but it can be any number that you want it to be, okay? Any way you can do it with crystals that are not strung. I want you to use your imagination. You know what I mean? I think if you have a beaded bracelet, which a lot of you have, like a gemstone beaded bracelet or a beaded necklace of some kind, then you could take your ribbon and kind of weave it in and out in your own piece. Does that make sense? This is about your life and your ancestors. Now, you can choose to make this about one person. You can choose to make this about your entire life. So you can choose to make this about your process with, let's say, I'm thinking about my friend who lost her partner, right? For her, this could be the next year of her life as she works through that year and honoring the partner. For if you haven't lost anyone, if you're not working with ancestral medicine, this could be about prosperity and what prosperity is going to look like for you November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. This could be about your health. Maybe tonight, it's the new year, right? If you are ever going to start a new habit or a new process, tonight's the night. Do you want to commit to better eating, exercising more? I don't know what it is. Letting go, you're going to stop smoking, something like that. And so this could be about the next year of how you're going to live more deeply into your purpose or be more healthy. I love it. And Ned says braid your hair, right? I've got too much hair anyway, right? Take your hair into thirds and do, right? Do the 13 into your hair. Wouldn't that be cool? Annette, you are always the queen of different ideas, right? So, and you could, as I'm going through, you could just be using your hair to braid your intentions, right? And to bring that through. I really love that. I think however you choose to do this tonight is going to be exactly what it needs to be for you. If you have a mala, it's 108 beads, but I would choose 12 or 13 of those to be the focus for tonight. Isn't that fun? You're making New Year's resolutions in a certain way. And you're also making, I like to think of them as intentions, especially because it's a new moon this week. I'm not a resolution person because it feels kind of like the law, but I really love intentions. Yeah, I think it's really beautiful. Okay, so you ready? So that's what we're doing tonight. Now, I have a bunch of different ribbons that I pulled out of my craft drawer, and you probably do too, because I want to do multiple intentions for tonight. So I'm going to do the black thread for my mom, and then I'm going to do the colorful, one of the colorful ribbons for my kids and my family. And then I thought I'd really like to weave in this purple just for me. Because I don't know if you've had this experience, as a mom, as someone who works, right, and has a team, and as a daughter, I often feel like if something's just for me, it's difficult to find the time and the place for it, right? It's always everybody else first. It's like, do they have what they need? Do they have what they need? And then I think about myself last. So I kind of want to put a ribbon in there just for me, because most of the things in my life are for somebody else most of the time. That's kind of how it is in life. But I really would like for there to be one thread in this where I'm like, that one's just for me, right? Because we can't stop mattering to ourselves, even though we have kids and parents and animals and work and, you know, a house, and is everybody fed? Did I order the groceries? And oops, I ordered the wrong groceries, and all the things, right? So I think you should have a little thread in there for yourself, whatever that looks like. Whether it's into your hair or, and it'd be fun to weave into your hair if you're doing that tonight. I think that's a great idea. And then yes, Kathy and Leon, if you want to sit here and with a glass of wine or a cup of tea and just watch, I would really love for you to do that. So however you choose to do it tonight is just perfect. Okay, good. So we're all on the same page. Okay, so we've lit our candles, we've burned a little incense, we've cleared the energy. And now, we're going to open our circle. Are you ready? That's right. Self-love is so important, and self-care. Sometimes self-care is just sitting by yourself in a room. Sometimes it's not fancy, right? Sometimes it's just like, it's literally making space for you. Because most of the time it's all about everybody else, right? Happy Samhain, everybody. I'm so happy to be here with you. I'm going to slow time down. No rushing tonight, right? Just being here. It's a gift you give yourself. I'm calling to the guides and the guardians of the East, helping us open our circle. It's a new year. It's a new day. Help us to see the world differently, to see ourselves with clarity, to indulge this new beginning, a new way of seeing, a new way of being. Yes, Jim! Yes, Cindy Clark. Add everything, girl. Add your bits and bobs. It's gonna be so good. Hi, Nancy Helgeson. I'm so happy you're here. We welcome in the guides and the guardians us to see things in a new way. To the guides and the guardians of the South, element of fire. Helping us to burn through old timelines, old beliefs, old patterns, old ways of thinking. Yeah. Help us transform, become something different. A brighter, lighter, more mysterious version of ourselves. That's right. And to the guides and the guardians of the West, water gateway right there. Help us feel tonight. Help us shed the tears. Release what isn't serving us. Releasing stress, right? Yes. Let it go. I cried with you. You can cry with me. It's okay. There's strength in your vulnerability when you say you don't have it all together. We don't either. That's right. Let the tears flow. Let the shit go in the West. To the guides and the guardians of the North, anchor us in, tether us down, create patterns of protection and grounding. Help us to be here now, in this moment. Help us reconnect to this purpose, this place, this timeline. Why are we here? Let's find the joy in that again. Yeah, in honor of the ones who are no longer here, in their honor. That's good, Angelina. Let it go, baby. I see all of you. Let it go. You don't have to hold it. This is the right time. It's a waiting room. To the guides and the guardians of the spirit element, fifth element of ether. You're okay, Stephanie. Wherever you are, you'll receive. You will. That spirit element can find you wherever you are. The guides and the guardians of that fifth element rekindle our faith in magic, in energy, and vibration, and frequency. Help us put the pieces back together in a new way. That's right. I love that. Jessica says, ready? Inhale, peace. And exhale, release. Thank you, Jessica. That's right. Judy Newman, just breathe through it, right? Find those places and spaces in your mind, in your body, in your spirit. Ask your spirit guides tonight to release, renew, restore, revive. That's right, Holly. You just let that shit go, man. It's different for you, right? It's different for each of us what we're holding on to, but the process is the same. Out it goes. Inhale, exhale. It's really that simple. I always tell my students, healing is a choice, not a process. You ready to heal? Great, you're healed. I mean, the universe is an instantaneous place. It's not, it takes me an hour to lead you through a ritual because I'm human and I got, things, but the universe is very, right? So with that, our circle is open. Now, I want you to take a moment with your candle. We don't often do this, but since it's Samhain time and this just feels really right, I want you to take a moment with your candle. And I want you to look at, it doesn't matter what candle you have, but hopefully you lit something tonight. if I've taught you anything, you gotta burn some stuff. I want you to take a moment and look at this candle or whatever candle you have lit. And I want you to, we're gonna make 2 wishes tonight. And we'll extinguish the candle when you're done. I want you to really make one wish or one intention tonight for, and I just had this moment, a total deja vu moment of looking down at my hands, holding this candle. I wish I had a picture of it because I feel like I've seen my hands in this exact position before. Do you ever have deja vu moments like that? I want you to set an intention or make a wish for your ancestors tonight. What do you wish for them? My ancestors struggled a lot. Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. I don't come from people who had an easy go. I come from people who fought for everything they ever had or enjoyed. So it's hard. My wish for my ancestors tonight is ease. I hope where they are, that it's easy because they deserve it. That there's no pain, that there's no struggle, that there's no suffering, there's no fear, right? All the war, all the famine, all the not being able to feed their children, losing their children in utero, losing their land, losing partners, whatever you can imagine it happened to my immediate ancestors. So when I think about them, I always wish for them to be comfortable and with ease and with flow, and that nothing is a struggle for them anymore. I wish that for you. And with a deep breath in and an exhale out, I now want you to look at the same flame, right? And I want you to make a wish for you. What do you wish for yourself in this life? Just hold that vibration for a second. And then, if you have enough future ancestors, I do, I have children, and I've met my grandchildren in journey space, in medicine space, so I know I have grandbabies coming. I would like to make a wish for my future ancestors, and if you would like to make the same wish, I think I would love to invite you to do that too. So for my future ancestors who will one day be talking to me on this exact same night, probably, for my future ancestors, I wish wisdom and connection. I wish appreciation. I wish protection and comfort. I wish a sense of lineage. I wish for them to always know where they came from. And most of all, I wish for my future ancestors to know that they came from love. That they came from love. And you may think you don't have future ancestors, but I really want you to think broadly. I have some friends who have children who I think one day will look at me as a future ancestor, even though I'm not related to them, because I've loved them. Maybe one day you'll have nieces and nephews who will look to you that way. Maybe I've been a teacher for most of my life, and my students have gone on to have children and shared me with their children. And so maybe one day they will also think of me as someone who is relevant to them. Maybe they learned something from me, right? So it may not be somebody who's blood related to you, but I bet you in this next generation and generation after, there's someone who will speak your name. And those are your future ancestors. And it might surprise you how many people would fall into that category of maybe there's young ones that you've looked after and they're not your own young ones, but aren't they all yours? Don't you think of all of them like they're yours? I do, in a certain way. Yeah. Oh, Colin, I appreciate that so much. I love your kids very much. Your kids could move right into my house and I would start cooking for them right away. I think of your children as my children. I love your children. I hope that it would be an honor to me if your children thought of me as an ancestor one day. I wish them wisdom, and I wish them to know that they will always be looked after by those of us who will one day be in that spirit realm. And so we're going to leave our candle lit for just a few minutes because you may decide to come back and add a few more prayers to that candle. You may decide to add just a few more before we're done. Okay. So now for our spirit weaving. It's really true. I don't think children have to be your own to love you. In fact, I think kids have a very open heart. And kids know when someone cares about them. And they're pretty smart about that. You know what I mean? They're pretty smart about that. It's true. Amy Berea said it beautifully. I'm a mother to many. Oh, I love that. Candace Mills says, I wish for them to know their magic. Wow. I hope that too. I like that. I hope that they know their magic. I'm going to add that to my candle, Candace. You inspired me. I wish for the next generation to know their magic. Okay, ready to weave with me? So if you only have one ribbon, that's okay. We're going to start there. We're going to start at the top. And I want you to leave enough where you can tie it off, okay? At the top. So I'm going to leave about I don't know, not that much, 2 inches. Maybe 2.5 inches at the top here, okay? And so we're going to set an intention. So this is my weave. That was a good one, wasn't it? Know your magic. And know your boundaries. I'm going to start at the top, and I'm going to, as I wrap this ribbon around this, it's basically like a mini mala, right? With each one, I'm going to make a wish for, this one's for my mom. So I wish her peace. I wish her comfort. I wish her joy. I wish her connection. We're just working our way down. I wish her peace. I wish her laughter. I wish her love. I wish her fun with her sister. I wish her healing with my grandmother. I wish her communion with her creator. I wish her a vision of her grandchildren loving her as they do. I wish her a knowing that she did a great job, a perfect job. I wish her so much ease of movement that she can run wherever she wants. I wish her perfect health. I wish her magic. And I wish her trust. Okay, now I'm gonna let that flow. And if it starts to come undone at the top, just hold on to it, because you're going to have other, if you don't have other threads, what I'm going to tell you is what to do. So at the top, you want to take yours, let me show you. If you're not doing any other threads, you're going to want to tie this off. So you're going to take it at the top, and you're going to tie it to the upper part of your cord, just like that. Should I tuck mine too quickly, but that's okay. And at the bottom, when you bring it around, you're going to tie it off to the, I'm doing multiple threads, but let me show you what this looks like if you're not doing multiple threads. You're going to tie it right here at the bottom, like that. And yours will look like this going through, okay? If you have multiples, then you don't want to tie it off at the top, because you're going to connect it to your other threads. So I am going to bring mine around. Just to stay with you, I think I'm going to still tie mine off at the top, but I'll add my additional threads in. Okay, so it looks like that. Now, my second thread is for my future ancestors. So this one is, I'm tying this one in. You ready? I wish them joy. And I wish them abundance. And I wish them magic. And I wish them a healthy planet. I wish them good food to eat and clean water to drink. I wish them compassion for people who have less than they do. I wish them really deep friendships and connections with others that they will meet on their path. I wish them partners who will love them and appreciate them just as they are. I wish them fun and not taking it all too seriously. I wish them peace and beautiful, yes. I wish them protection. I wish them power, to know how powerful they are and not to underestimate it, especially at important moments. And I wish them eternal love from all directions and from sources seen and unseen. So I'm going to tie these off. How are you guys feeling? Are you enjoying this? It's kind of magic, isn't it? It's fun to think about what you would wish for those in your life who will be here after you're gone, isn't it? Like, what would you wish for them? Yeah, wish all those things for them. Now this one's for me. You don't have to do one for you. It just feels right. I'm going to do it real quick. For myself, I wish myself healing. I wish myself love. I wish myself joy. I wish myself contentment. I wish myself ease in this new year. I wish myself abundance in this new year. I wish myself fewer tears and more happiness. I wish myself time with the people I love most. I wish myself lots of fun and laughter with my team. I wish myself magic. I wish myself travel. I wish myself friendship and moments of really deep, beautiful friendship connection. I wish myself seeing people I haven't seen in too long. I wish myself time. And health. That one kind of came apart at the top. Hold on, let me fix that. I tied them off separately and that didn't work, so let me just fix it real quick. When we are in the circle, you can fix anything without undoing your intention, so it's very important to do that. Just bring those around real quick. And then go. That's what my finished product looks like. Oh, I love that. And Cheryl Cole said braided threads into the hair with intentions. You could totally do that. I don't have an extra thread, but you could absolutely take that and just weave those threads through your hair with all the different intentions too. Did you feel it? Okay. So I'm placing this in my lap just to hold it while I drum for you. So great spirits, spirit guides, ancestors who are above us, below us, around us, guides and guardians from all dimensions. We ask that you see our visions and our intentions tonight, our wishes for ourselves, for our future ancestors, for our past ancestors. We ask that you bless those intentions. We send those intentions up to you for them to come to pass in perfect time. As we begin a new year with health, with love, with connection, with vision, with possibility, we give thanks for these blessings, for ourselves, for the past, and then for the future. And together we say, as we do each year, Amen and Aho. And so it is. Oh, Cheryl Cole says she's anointing her ribbons with oils. That would be a beautiful thing to do once you have your piece finished, is to take it and then just take the perfume from tonight, because your oils will be perfectly safe on your stones and also on your ribbons. And just kind of rub it through, twist it around. And this hopefully will be something that you hang on the door as like a thresholding piece. It does have a loop on it so that you can hang it. And it will just become a sacred reminder to you every time you see it of all the visions and the intentions that you set and the energy that you were holding tonight, the vision that was in your heart and your mind and your spirit as you wrapped, and that it'll become a really sacred tool in your collection. I'm going to hang this in my office, so when you see my office, or if you come to my office and you look at it, you'll be like, that's your spirit weaving from Samhain 2021. It'll be like, hell yeah, it is. This is going to be one of the most sacred, honestly, thresholding tools I think I've ever made. And because it's made of smoky quartz, this should go on an entrance to a room. It can be the entrance to your bedroom. It can be the, you should definitely put the perfume on it. That was just a good life call. But it should be the entrance to your home, the entrance to your apartment, entrance to your bedroom, entrance if you have a little closet like I do that's kind of a prayer room, entrance to that. Like, this is your thresholding piece, right? You can do knots if you don't want to wrap it or wind it. Knots are perfectly beautiful. You can say a prayer with each knot, just like I did when I was wrapping around, right? Oh, can you imagine? Christina said, what about on a window curtain rod? You know what I mean? Like, you know, if you have a nice curtain rod, how you have space where you can hang something off the side of it, wouldn't that be beautiful too? And then you smell good too. It was so yummy. And the last part for tonight is you did have a little obsidian spirit animal that we gave you. You might have had a snake, you might have had a fox. We sent all different little spirit creatures to you. So if you have your tools, I want you to find your spirit animal. I was given a snake twice by Team SG. I only kept one. But if you were given an animal with your tools, I would like you to take it in your left hand, cover it with your right hand, and I would like you to commit to working with the medicine of this spirit animal in the days and weeks and months ahead. Snake is for transformation. It was the perfect choice for my team to give to me because I'm definitely going through transformation in light of my experience this year. Carly has a wolf, so that's all about curiosity and playfulness and exploring, right? And seeing what's possible. So yeah, the wolf medicine is very powerful. Bat medicine is all about integration, being able to work between the two worlds, right? Being able to see between the worlds of the living and the dead. So that's really powerful medicine too. Bats are so super powerful and very cute, in my opinion, I must say. Bats are very sweet. Yeah, so an elephant medicine is good luck, good fortune, new beginnings, new possibilities. So that's a powerful ally too. And for future ancestors, that's exactly right. So whatever your little spirit creature is, let's take a minute. And then I want you to either make this, wire wrap this and wear it, put it into a cuff if you want, or just keep it on your altar as an ally for you as we move into the rest of the new year. Isn't that fun? And turtles are fantastic medicine too. Turtles are life, fertility, ancient wisdom. Turtles have such a sweet spirit, and they're all about connection, and connection not only to each other and to yourself, but also to the planet. Turtles are so magical. Okay, now if you didn't have the tools or you didn't have a little creature, that's okay. That was just a little party bonus. By the way, we're going to talk all about spirit animals the next new moon. So get excited about that. I'm going to teach you all the spirit animals. So you've been waiting for that. The next new moon is going to be so fun for you. Okay, last step tonight is we are going to take our candle. Remember all those wishes we made? It's time to send them up. So if you're ready, I'm ready. I'm going to send up all my wishes for my ancestors and myself to spirit now. So if you're ready to send your wishes up too, let's blow our candles out together on 3. Are you ready? So when we get to 3, we'll blow out. 1. Just refocus on your intentions. And 2. And 3. You ready? And watch where that smoke goes. If it goes directly north, that's going direct to spirit. If it goes to the west, that's about emotional healing, right? If it goes to the east, it's time for a new beginning, which is the new year. That would make sense. If it goes to the south, that's about your empowerment and strength. Mine went north and west. So it's time to connect to wisdom and also to release and let go, which makes really perfect sense tonight, doesn't it? You guys went north too. That candle smells so good. I just want to relight it. Okay, let's release our spirit guides who've been holding such beautiful space with us tonight. If you had no smoke, do you know what that means? Clean ritual. No residual energy. Nothing else to resolve. Everything's clean, clear, and complete if you had no smoke. I don't get that very often because there's usually more to do. But if there's no smoke, clean, clear, all is resolved. No additional work to do, which I love that for you, right? Okay, ready? So let's thank and release the guides and guardians of the 5 directions, thanking and releasing the guides and guardians of the spirit element, the element of magic, of ether. We thank you for coming in and animating our ritual tonight, reminding us that magic is real, and we release you with gratitude. And thanking and releasing the guides and the guardians of the north for grounding us, connecting us, keeping us safe, tethered to this present moment, keeping us here on this earth with all of our important work to do. We thank you and release you with gratitude. Thanking and releasing the guides and the guardians of the west, helping us to move energy tonight, to release, allow, surrender, cleanse, clarify, purify. The biggest work of tonight was in the west, I think. Yeah. So we thank them and release them with gratitude. To the guides and the guardians of the south, thank you for your courage and strength and stamina. Thank you for helping us to transform with ease and grace and move into a new flow. A little lighter, shedding that old skin. We thank and release you with gratitude. And then last but not least, we thank and release the guides and the guardians of the east. Thank you for this new year, this new beginning, this new way of looking at life and love and magic and everything else. We are ready to step through this threshold of this new year before us. A better, brighter, cleaner version of who we were in the past. We give thanks. And with that we say, Amen, aho, so it is. And cheers. I didn't know what tonight would be like. My first Sow-wen with a big ancestor. So freshly there on the other side. But thank you for letting me laugh with you. Thank you for letting me cry with you. Thank you for celebrating the new year with me. There's nowhere else I would have wanted to be tonight other than with you right here doing this exact work. It was very meaningful and very powerful. And I wish you want to take a moment just to set an intention for you. Smoke going east means new beginning, new year, new life, new possibilities. I just want to set an intention, say a prayer for you. So great spirit guides from all directions, light teachers and beings from all dimensions. I ask you tonight to see these beautiful souls who are alive in this ceremony right now and those who will watch later. I ask you to bless them and their families and their loved ones and even those they don't know in the year ahead. I ask that you create pathways of peace and illumination for them. I ask that you bless them with abundance and wealth and prosperity. I ask that you see their heart's deepest desires and manifest those desires in perfect time according to their soul's greatest purpose. I ask that you help them to see ways to be of service and to follow their dreams and visions without fear. And I ask you to bring them joy and more moments of laughter than moments of tears in the year ahead. I pray for your health and your well-being, your physical comfort, your relaxation, and a really deep, beautiful amount of ease in your life, and incredible flow from all directions. I ask for these things in service of your highest good, in the year ahead. And I wish you a happy new year. Amen. Oh, and so it is. Amen. Oh, and so it is. May it be so. May it be so. And thank you also for seeing me tonight. It really, I felt seen. It's pretty special. That's the greatest gift we can give each other as human beings, is to say, I see you. Sometimes when you don't know what to say, the best thing you can say is, I see you. And that feels like love, doesn't it? I say, I see you. I can't fix everything, but I can say that I see you. And that feels like love. It does. They're proud of us up there. They see. They know. They know. Okay. So, the next time we have a high holiday is Yule. Can you believe it? 4 days before Christmas, baby. I would love to show you my dress. It's if I get up, I might have a wardrobe malfunction because it's very short, and I'm just not keen to show you all my underwear. I really tested that. Like, can I gracefully get up from this particular position and not show you everything down south? I kind of can't. But it's a very sexy dress, and I'll leave it to your imagination. And I got to wear my new strapless bra tonight, which is blue. And that was kind of exciting. Probably the most exciting thing all year is I got myself a new strapless bra to wear with this dress, so that was kind of fun. It just could get weird, and this is kind of a family event, so don't really want to go, scaring the children. Now, Yule. It's cute though, and maybe I'll take a picture standing up with some cute heels. It's very sexy. It makes me feel a little younger than I am. It's very cute. I know, I like very gently kneel toward you. Okay, for Yule, we are celebrating on December 21st. And I don't know if you saw my live today, but I want to take a minute to tell you about it. So everything at sagegoddess.com is 21% off today. It's our biggest sale of the year so far, 21 Shadow. So if there's been stuff over this place that you wanted, you get a free gift today with your $20 purchase, and then your 21% off code is 21 Shadow. So when we were designing tools for winter solstice, and by the way, they're halfway sold out, at least. That was 2 or 3 hours ago, so I don't know where we are now. I don't have enough, like, even for everybody who's here, so don't feel pressured. But if you like having the tools for the ceremonies that I do, the Yule tools that I designed for you with my team, I think are the most special we've done this year. My friend in India makes jewelry, and he is hand making every single person who buys these tools. He's making your pendant by hand. It's kunzite in sterling silver. He's hand making the bail and the chains, and the price of the kit is the price of the pendant. So for free with this toolkit, in addition to your kunzite necklace, you get, because we're going to make incense together next month, you get your mortar and pestle, then you get valerian root. I'm giving you all the dream herbs. Whoops. You get marshmallow root, you get California poppies to make you a little loopy, and Mexican dream herb. And then you get your Serenity perfume, which is all of the dream oils in here. There's even poppy, absolute pure poppy is in here, and you get the mortar and pestle, plus you get the artwork. You get all of that for free because the price of the kit only covers the kunzite necklace, which is custom made for each person who purchases. This is by Shram. We've never done this before. I wanted to do something like off the charts unique for Yule. Okay, so you're getting, the pendant is 3/4 of an inch in kunzite, and it's all done in sterling silver. And like I said, each individual one is being handmade right now, and they're going to ship directly to you. And then one person who gets their Yule tools before midnight is getting this kunzite wand. Let me show it to you on this camera. I've been holding on to this wand, waiting for tonight. I want to show you. There's a kunzite Shiva at the bottom. Let me shut the light off so you can see. Might be easier. Yeah, there we go. See that kunzite Shiva at the bottom? with rose amethyst. There it is. Forest spirit quartz, more rose amethyst, and then you're getting a double charm rose quartz. This is only for people who buy their Yule tools before midnight. One of you is going to get the Mother Lode Kunzite wand. I've never seen, and that is a star kunzite. See the light play across the surface there? That is a $1,200 kunzite rose quartz and rose amethyst wand. I only have one of those, but if you want to enter to win that, you have to get your Yule tools before midnight. So not only do we have the biggest sale of the year so far, 21% off with code 21shadow. You get a free gift today with your $20 purchase, a clear quartz leaf pendant. You get all of this for free because you're really just paying for the kunzite pendant, and one of you is going to win a wand. You have till midnight. It's 7:30. So you have 4.5 hours to go and get that if you would like the tools for next month. I do want to take a moment to tell you about Serenity perfume, if I may. Serenity perfume is the only time we've put poppy in a perfume for you. This on its own would be $34. So again, the kit is $89. It's 21% off, so it's $70. The necklace is worth $75. So for free, you get the 4 pouches of herbs, the mortar and pestle, the art, and the perfume. It's the best value in a ritual kit that we've done this year, and I'm doing it because it's Yule after a really hard year, and kunzite is the stone of harmony and serenity. So I'm going to put you to sleep. We're going to make a dream incense that we're going to burn together that night to kind of soften our central nervous system. It's going to help you sleep. It's going to help you remember your dreams. And we're going to include the perfume and the herbs together. We're going to make it in our mortar and pestle. We're going to put our pendants on, and we're going to do a serenity and peace ritual for Yule this year. I thought you'd be excited about that. Isn't that an incredible wand? I've never seen a wand like that, and I've been literally holding on to it since June? May or June. I don't know if you can see it. It might be too washed out. Let me show you there. I need to lower my lights here. I'm still learning how to be with the change of season. I always have to figure out my lighting situation, but isn't that incredible? Isn't that beautiful? There's that kunzite, baby. And there's that light play across the surface. The rose quartz on top is pretty too, but that kunzite is something else. That's what's happening in December. You can see you much better now. Can you see me better now? It's a little bit nicer, isn't it? It's a little bit more like mood lighting. Anyway, enjoy. You're a kunzite junkie, so am I. I love me some kunzite. It's even better. A little mood lighting. All right, thank you for being here, you guys. Before you leave, make sure that you have, that's better, subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss any of the fun. We have a lot of things coming to YouTube before the end of the year, and we would love for you to participate, so make sure you hit the subscribe button before you go. And we'll look forward to seeing you soon. We have a lot happening this week. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. I'm live on Facebook, our main Facebook page, facebook.com/sagegoddess at 2 p.m. Pacific time. That's 5 p.m. Eastern. I've got my really good friend, Kirsten Powers, coming to talk about her new book on grace. Would love to have you there. Wednesday is Soul Shift Session 1 for October. Thursday's New Mood at 6 p.m. We'll be right back here on YouTube at 6 p.m. on Thursday night. And then Friday, I shall rest. Friday, I shall take a little bit of a breath. But I want to thank you for being here tonight. I want to wish you one more time a really beautiful and happy new year. And thank you for celebrating this beautiful and also complex holiday with me. And to those of you who are grieving this year, I really do see you. I do. I'm walking through that fire with you in a way I never have before, and I'm very grateful to you. Thank you to Team SG. You guys work so hard. I'm so grateful you were here tonight too. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes to bring all of this to life. And yeah, so you'll find everything in our events section on Facebook too. So if you're looking for where to RSVP and all of that, you'll find all of that on Facebook as well. We love you guys. We really do. Happy New Year. It was wonderful to be with you.